Yeah. I want West in I building, easy. Yo, Nayata. Ask them, gyal, suck me there. A 21 question, 21. And me have a couple contestant. Right now, me a go need to no confession. If me go a jail, would you wait for me? Or you woulda fuck for me with me charge it? If me sick, would you care for me? Or you woulda leave me to go party? If me dey a foreign and a send me money, would you build a house in my name for me? Answer me no, me a wait Charlie. Woulda expect a little loyalty? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If the police them a search for me, would you sell me or would you work for me? Would you tell them where to find me and make the situation worse for me? Girl, if me need loyalty, put a count on your loyalty. Would you bring bail money for me? Girl, or would you just bail on me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Right now, girl, you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If me nah work and me nah no money, big a girl, would you be there for me? If a man with a new GLE chat, if your girl, would you choose they or me? If you start greed and your family, them start pressure you, say fi dash way the tummy. With your murder the little baby, or you will bring it to bear for me. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. No. Yeah. I want West in I building, easy. Yo, Nayata. Ask them, gyal, suck me there. A 21 question, 21. And me have a couple contest. And right now, me a go need to no confession. Real, would you wait for me? Or you woulda fuck for me with me charge it? If me sick, would you care for me? Or you woulda leave me to go party? If me dey a foreign and a send me money, would you build a house in my name for me? Answer me no, me a wait Charlie. Woulda expect a little loyalty? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If the police them a search for me, would you sell me or would you work for me? Would you tell them where to find me and make the situation worse for me? Girl, if me need loyalty, put a count on your loyalty. Would you bring bail money for me? Girl, or would you just bail on me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Right now, girl, you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If me nah work and me nah no money, big a girl, would you be there for me? If a man with a new GLE chat, if your girl, would you choose they or me? If you start greed and your family, them start pressure you, say fi dash way the tummy. With your murder the little baby, or you will bring it to bear for me. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance.
Regulators. You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators!
Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how it was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Post some on the internet, you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got I.S.U.P.K, I got I.M.O.N, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yarakabar, Trapper I.S.U.P.K, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, more of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues.
White man, goddamn devil, man. The way he done our people, man, is unhuman, man. And the wicked don't stop, trying to adopt, but this shit don't stop. Praying that they fall, wanna see them all fall, not one, not two, wanna see them all fall, that they do not rise. How can she be when he does your little one? See, I know things they don't want you to know. Act like we ain't never told you before. Devil on the earth, there was murder that he wrote. Don't worry about it, brother, he gon' reap what he sow. Don't worry about it, sis, he gon' get it for the low. I wanna see him dead for a nigga, gotta go. Fucking with a nation, he don't wanna let go. And also, he don't wanna see us grow. Hang us in the trees, then watch his bodies rot. Put us in the 5 minute, gotta be hot. Put us in a cell, man, it gotta be hell. Do you know how it feels when you can't fight back? Weak ass cops don't know about Jack. No, they really wanna see a little weak nigga. But I'm black, all black on my feet, nigga. Martin Luther King got a dream, nigga. No matter what it seems, we ain't free, nigga. I would never join hands with my enemies, knowing that the crackers trying to get rid of me. Ain't no cracker really ever did shit for us. Only give back what they took from us. I only want blood, I don't want your love, cause I get enough from the most high above. Can't take it back, too late for that. Don't cry now, too mad for that. Crackers gon' die, I'ma drink to that, yeah. So let's wake up, wake up. Where the soldiers at?
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is another I.S.U.P.K scripture breakdown class. My name is Priest and Officer Kayadwan from I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica, under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? Sitting in for Officer of 1,000, Abadawan. I say Yahweh Basham Yahweh break a thumb to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Basham Yahweh to my sisters. All right, so we're up on the topic of Mother's Day. Zin? And of course, Mother's Day is today. And everybody and their mother, I celebrate the mother today. Right? So the oppressor designate this day for us to basically show our mothers that we love them. But why? Is it because the oppressor cares about our mothers? Remember, the same oppressor were the ones that were ripping fetuses out of our mother's womb during the time of slavery. You think the oppressor care about our mother? You understand? This is the same oppressor that, tell our mothers that it is best for them to get an abortion because they can't afford to have a child or to take care of a child. You understand? Officer Araya Allah, you ready? Or you want me to keep you off till you're ready? Shalom,
La,
Yabashim
sir.
Shakata.
Shalom, Adawan. Yabashim Yoshabrakata. I'm ready, sir. I'm too up, sir.
Yeah, man. Officer Abadawan might come in later on. See?
God one kind, sir. God one kind.
Yeah, man. So like me I say, this same oppressor is the one that tell our sisters that them can't afford to have a child. So them, them promote abortion in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. So do you think this oppressor care about our mothers? And are we celebrating or showing our mother love because the oppressor say we should do it? And the answer is yes. Because the problem with us is, not every one of us, but we have become like the oppressor in many ways. We don't show each other the love that we are supposed to. So, and that including our mothers. So right through the year, then your mother don't get a phone call. You understand? Your mother can't reach up to save her life. You leave the children in your mother care. You understand?
That's right.
Mother raise you for some of you for your 20 odd years. And as soon as you get your youth now, and your mother have to take care of the youth for you. Your mother can't get a dime from you. Right throughout the year. But on Mother's Day, she get, I'm going to call it come like a regular Sunday dinner, because on Sunday is the day where everybody cook. This big pot. So she get a regular Sunday dinner on Mother's Day. And she might get a few dollars in her pocket. And for some, they might take her out to some fancy restaurant or some event. But does this mean that you love your mother? This don't mean that you love your mother. As a matter of fact, this proves to your mother that you don't love her, because right through the age she try call you, and yes, she can't get you. You know, give her a dime from the year start. You know what I mean? You see it, talk to your mother for the whole year, but soon as Mother's Day come, you want to give her a gift. You know what I mean? She take it. She take it, But she knows, say, this son or this daughter really don't care about her. You understand? Except it be for Mother's Day, our birthday. You understand? Our Christmas. You know what I mean? Times when the oppressed say we should show each other, which shouldn't be the case amongst us Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? The real children of Israel. Because this custom that we learn about celebrating Mother's Day, we learn this from the oppressor. You understand? And most times against this. See? The most times against us serving, these holidays the oppressor give to us that have some origins that stem from ancient pagan worship, which is idolatry. You understand?
Right.
There's no difference. You understand? Mother's Day is the continuation of the worship of this God we see on the screen. On TikTok. This is Ishtar. See? This is Semiramis. This is the Queen of Heaven. That, her name differ based on whichever era or kingdom, is ruling at any given time. You understand? You are not worshiping your mother on Mother's Day. You're worshiping, this thing. You understand? And the Bible also says you shouldn't worship any man. So your worshiping your mother is against, the laws of the Most High anyway. But what me I try to show you is this is what you're worshiping and not, you know what I mean, paying homage to your mother. See, now with that, we're jumping at some articles. Remember, tap up the screen, share, like, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're on. I mean, we're in Jamaica command in general. And my name is Officer Kayad One, and we have with me Officer Arai Alaf out of the UK. I mean, and brother, if you feel, whenever you feel, you can just chime in anytime you want. Here, you know the thing, guy.
I know Salak yourself for me.
Go ahead.
And I know so you got a bag of precepts for this topic, but I don't know if you've got it already. When you was talking about pagan practices, Deuteronomy 18 and 9 to 12 came to my mind.
No, I never have that one there. Go ahead and read it.
Khan, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 9.
Read.
When thou art into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Verse
No,
10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Verse 11. Or a charmer, or a consulter with a familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. Verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out before thee.
All right. So where are you going with this? With this scripture? Break it down for them.
Well, there's a definition. Just our pagan practices are the one. The way, because Mother's Day is not from our nation. It's nothing that was given to us by any of the servants of the Most High God. It's not none of the feast days that are listed, or none of our holy convocations. We've got 8 lawful holy convocations per annual calendar, Hebrew calendar, starting from the month of Abib, sir. And none of them, you cannot see Mother's Day in there.
Right. And what the brother is saying is so right. We have our own holy days that the Most High gave to us. We just finished celebrating the Lord's annual 55th Passover. You understand? And the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? These are what the Most High gave to us. You understand? Coming up, we have the Feast of First Fruits. You understand? So, what we learn over here, you know what I mean, from these heathens, like the scripture make we know. So we should not, you know what I mean, the scripture make we know, so we should not partake in what the heathens partake in. And the same thing we do when we celebrate Mother's Day. Because at the heathens we get this from. You understand? So the Most High is a justice. The Most High don't want his people, see, to be partaking in the activities that the heathens partake in their holidays. Because this is how the heathens conduct themselves. The heathens, you know what I mean, one day out of the year, them show them mother love. The Most High no want to do it so. The Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother, so that their life shall be, I'm paraphrasing, their life shall be long. Let me get that scripture quick and fast. See? That is how the Most High want us to operate. The Most High don't want to show our parents no fake love. You know what I mean? Your mother, as me say, don't see her for the entire year. Don't hear from you and come Mother's Day now. You say, Happy Mother's Day, you bring her a gift and you hug her. And after Mother's Day, she don't see her again.
Right.
You understand? But she have the kids them. She have her grandkids them. She have to take care of her grandkids. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you live your best life out there, being an irresponsible parent. You understand?
and your mother have the pressure of taking care of your children, and then Mother's Day come, you have to tell her, say you love her. You don't really love your mother, and your mother know. See,
Right.
this is the book of Exodus. Read that for me there. Book of
Khan
Exodus,
one Khan.
20 and 12. Baba question.
Khan one Khan. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 12.
Read.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Right. So the Bible says, honor thy father and thy mother. It never said pan Mother's Day or Father's Day. It said honor your father or your mother, which means every day.
Right.
You understand? So you choosing and again, you did not choose the day that Mother's Day fall, and it was the oppressor. But you deciding that you're only gonna show your mother honor on this day proves that you don't love your mother. Proves that you don't love your father. When you choose the days that the oppressor choose for us.
Right.
You understand? When the Bible says, so that your days can be long upon the land, you should honor your father or your mother. It is very crucial. That means if your mother need medication or she needs somebody to go and collect her medication for her, you must see in what way you can help. You can't ignore your mother's phone calls. You understand? And we know that our people, in many cases, we have bad parents, or we grew up with bad parents. You know what I mean? Our mothers are not, you know what I mean, for the most part, we're going to touch into that too. Our mothers are not the best mothers in the world. Then our fathers, you know what I mean, might not be the best fathers in the world. See? So for that reason, some of us don't speak to mother and don't speak to father. But for Mother's Day and Father's Day, they might go get a phone call and a present. You know what that is called? That is called hypocrisy.
Right.
You understand? That is called hypocrisy. Because you're holding a grudge against your mother, but for Mother's Day you love her, you really don't love her, and you know what I mean? What you should do is forgive your parents for, you know what I mean, the lack of knowledge and understanding that they had while they were raising you. You know what I mean? And choose to honor them every day. Some of us have drug dealer, not drug dealer, but fathers who are drug addicts. You understand? And we blame the father, say, yo, them never did it for us and thing. You know what I mean? Some of us have absentee fathers. You know what I mean? Some of us, the reason why our fathers were never around is because of our mothers. You understand? Because our mothers were loud-mouthed dragons in that, you know what I mean, to our fathers. So because of that, you don't grow with your father, you grow with your mother. So you take the love, you know what I mean, you don't show your father any love. But mama, she are the greatest. You understand? Mama become like a god to you. You understand? But you hate your father. And then you celebrate the same mother who tell you how much of a low down dirty bastard your father was and how him don't deserve your love. You celebrate her on Mother's Day as if she's God. When in reality, she's the reason why you never have a father.
Right.
You understand? She's the reason why you never have a father. But the Bible says, read again, brother, Exodus 20 and 12.
Khan. Honor thy father and thy mother, that the days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So you must honor your father and your mother. And there's a reason why I put it in this category too. So your father and your mother. You know what I mean? Because your father
You know what I mean? He's the one that beside your lineage is the important, the most. I now say your mother not important. You know, get me wrong, you know. But when I tell you, say rank or the most I set it, you have Christ, then you have the father, the man, and then you have the woman. So the father come first.
Right.
I mean, society, this oppressor society, have we do it the wrong way. We put our mother in front of our father. I mean, now say you must not honor your mother. Don't get me wrong again. But the way the oppressor train us is to disregard the father completely. You understand? And this too, I am not advocating Father's Day, but on Father's Day, you know what I mean? If you notice, with the advertisement and all them things there, they more promote Mother's Day than Father's Day.
Right.
You understand? Because, as I said, the oppressor, them condition us to do show our father, no love, none at all. When the Bible says, honor your father or your mother. But we should not honor them on the day that the oppressor choose for us, which is Father Day and Mother's Day. We should honor them right through the year. Honoring your mother and father means that, you know what I mean, you make sure that your father is not down and out suffering without a helping and or somebody to care. The same thing for your mother. You make sure say you can be there for your mother. You understand? Honor as your mother. And again, we know say some of our mothers were not the best mothers and our father not the best father. But you know what I mean? How long you gonna hold a grudge against your father or your mother? You know what? 30 years, and you still a pray your mother for what she never do. Sisters and brothers. You're 40 and you still a pray your father, say he never did it. No, man, you have to put that behind you, man, and honor your father, your mother.
Right.
You understand? But Mother's Day now go help it, and Father's Day now go help it. You have to make sure, say, yo, you honor them the way the most I say for honor them. You understand? All right. We're going to read the origins of, let me get it. We're going to read the origin of Mother's Day. See?
Can.
All right. This article, it titles Mother's Day. Right. So it says, me have a read. I don't know if you can see it on your where you're there on your phone, Officer Araya Allah. Your phone you're there.
Can, sir.
Oh,
You want
might
me to
not
read it?
this. No, I don't think you're able. Let me just read it too. You know what I mean? Ease the pressure off of your eye because the writing kind of small. You see?
Can, sir.
Let me read it. So this says Mother's Day and Father's Day, right? Mother's Days date back to ancient culture in Greece and Rome. In both cultures, mother goddesses, queen of heaven. See? And that is very important. Because where have we heard the term queen of heaven before? We're going to find it shortly. See? Let me continue reading. We're worshipped during the springtime. And notice we are in the time of spring. Right? Which coincide with the, what them call it again? Because spring is the time of new beginnings or so forth like that, you see? And it coincides with the Easter celebration. All right. And it's the same God that you're serving at Easter, you know, which is Ishtar. She's the mother of fertility, or the goddess of fertility, the same queen of heaven, where we see right there. Right? So it extends to even now or today, where she's also worshipped during Mother's Day. It's just the same God being recycled. You understand? Let me continue reading. We're worshipped during the springtime with religious festivals. The ancient Greeks paid tribute to the powerful goddess Rhea, the wife of Kronos, known as Mother of God. Where have you heard that term again? The term Mother of God. The term Mother of God comes from Mary. You understand? Which is the mother of quote unquote Jesus, which is a Christian way of spinning around this same goddess. You know, which is not biblical, by the way, because here we are going, there's no Mother of God when you talk about Mary in the Bible. She's not no Mother of God because one, Jesus or Yahawashi is not God. You understand? He's the Son of God and he's the King of Israel. See? But the Christian doctrine, the Roman Catholic Church, spin it in a way that Mary is seen as the Mother of God and even prayed to in the Roman Catholic Church. They have a prayer for Mary. You understand? They pray to Mary in the Roman Catholic Church. So this Mother of God thing, right? It has come from them time, from the Greeks to the Romans, and now Christianity, you know what I mean, celebrated in the form of Mother's Day. Let me continue reading. It said Queen of Heaven again. We soon come to that. Similarly, evidence of a 3-day Roman festival in mid-March called Ilaria to honor the Roman goddess Agna Mater, our Greek mother, date back to 250 BCE, which is before Christ. You understand? Which, as we always break down, because when we break down the Easter situation with you, and even festival, not festival, even carnival. See, we break down carnival with you and show you that carnival is a part of Easter, or Bacchanalia, which is the same worship of Ishtar. But you might see the Easter celebration and you see it more surrounded with Christian worship and church and separated from the sexual orgy that go on the road in Bacchanal or Carnival. But at the same thing, it's the same God them a worship, but there's a different form during the same springtime scenario. And this Mother's Day is also a culmination of it. You understand? It's just the same God them a worship and a disguise. And notice, and to any Christian out there, I want to answer this question for me as well. See, if your Christian church is so much about worshiping the God of the Bible, why are they promoting Mother's Day?
Right.
Why is your Christian church promoting Mother's Day?
That's right.
When it stems back to pagan religious practices. And in the Bible, the Most High is against, you know what I mean, them practice there. So if the Christian church is all about the God of the Bible, why do they promote Easter, which is Ishtar, and Mother's Day? And then you have another one named Valentine's Day where them push as well in the Christian church. And you have Christmas as well. Why is the Christian church, you know what I mean, the medium by which all of these idolatrous customs are pushed upon our people? If them claim to be, you know what I mean, defenders of the Bible and defenders of the God of the Bible. The reality is, just like how the oppressor gave us Mother's Day, the oppressor gave us the Christian church, which feed us this filth. You understand? It has nothing to do with the God of the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? All right, let me jump to another article. This article says, a look into the origin of Mother's Day and why you shouldn't celebrate your mom on Mother's Day. It says, are you celebrating your mother this Mother's Day? You may want to read this post. It's Mother's Day today in Mexico. It will be next Sunday here in the US. And all around the world, people are similarly celebrating their mothers. We all love our mothers. We most do. And I feel it necessary to set aside a day every year to make a special day for them. Surely there's nothing wrong with Slakia. Surely there's nothing wrong with that, right? Well, if we observe the traditional Mother's Day holiday, that's where we are wrong. In fact, Mother's Day has a sinister and occult origin that have nothing to do with our mothers. And that is the important point. You celebrating Mother's Day has nothing to do with your mother at all. Your mother is just benefiting, getting some, you know what I mean, some free food and a couple gifts based off of, you know what I mean, some holiday that the oppressor created that has nothing to do with your mother, but have everything to do with an idol or some pagan god that the oppressor worships.
That's right.
And the oppressor, what he does as well is in capitalize off of it. You know what I mean? It bring, you know what I mean, good revenue into his pocket. When you decide that you are going to celebrate Mother's Day. You understand? You make the oppressor richer. And your mother get a few gifts and then your mother don't see her again for the rest of the year. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? Let's take go ahead.
Salakia, sir, just before you move on, it's a heavy topic what you're talking about. Have you got, are you using Romans 14 and 5 in your precept, sir?
Pull it.
Salakia, sir, yeah, on what you're just talking about there, Mother's Day, seeing it as a special day when we should be looking at every day as Mother's Day, every day of the year as Father's Day. It touches on in Romans 14 and 5, the Apostle Paul, and his records read the book of Romans chapter 14 verse 5. One man esteemeth one day above another, and other esteemeth every day alike. So as in the U.P.K, we esteem all days alike, apart from the holy convocations, the feast days of the Lord, of the Most High God, sir. Let me read that again. The book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 5. One man esteemeth one day above another, and other esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Verse 6. He that regardeth the day regardeth it unto the Lord, and he that regardeth not the day, to the Lord he doth not regardeth it. He that eateth to the Lord, for he giveth good God thanks. And he that eateth not to the Lord, he eateth not and giveth God thanks. Salakia, other one.
All right. You didn't want to break it down, or that was it?
It's just touching on what you're talking about, sir. How we pick and choose pagan feast days? Are we following the oppressor, especially, not just the oppressor, but it's 9 times out of 10 it's the oppressor, because it's the Greek and the Romans ancient traditions that Paul's talking about here. He was writing these. He a lot of his. At least 50% of his epistles, of his letters, were to Corinthians, Colossians, Ephesians, and warning our people that were stuck up in Greece, in Europe, not to follow the pagan traditions of these Greeks and these Roman rulers and Roman and Greek oppressors that we was being oppressed by in that era. The Apostle Paul was warning our people again and again and again, time and time again, not to jump on the bandwagon, sir. And here he's warning us, and he's recorded it in Romans 14:5, that we should not esteem one day higher than another. And he's not talking about our holy convocations, because we're taught that our holy convocations are the only special days of the year. There's no records of Mother's Day, Father's Day being special days or days that we should put higher than any other day. Salakia.
So Paul was dealing with the same situation where we are dealing with today. You understand? Where the heathens, you know what I mean, was pushing their traditions. You understand? But what we do in the I.S.U.P.K and a command in general, YAHANNA, we don't give any homage to what the heathens push. But we acknowledge the days where the Most High, you know what I mean, given to us. That's why we finish celebrating the Passover. You understand? And the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You know what I mean?
That's right.
A while ago. See? And we are getting ready to celebrate the Feast of First Fruit. These are the days that the Most High gave us in our records in the Bible. You understand? All right. Excellent precept, brother.
Sir.
All right. Let me continue reading this. It said, let's take a look at the history and the root of this holiday, which is Mother's Day, right? Not many know about or are willing to acknowledge. At its core, Mother's Day is a celebration in honor of the Queen of Heaven, and that is the important point right here, because this is a famous deity that, you know what I mean, even at one point, when we were in our land, you know what I mean, talking about the children of Israel when we were in Jerusalem and in our land, right? We went off worshiping this deity. You understand? And this article I make you know say, yo, Mother's Day go back to the same deity. And this is the picture where you see on TikTok right behind me right now. You know what I mean? This is one farm or one idol built to this deity. She's also known as Ishtar, Semiramis, you know what I mean? What's some other name for her then? Semiramis, you know what I mean? And she's also known as Easter. See? Let me continue reading. And it said, an ancient pagan mother goddess. You know what I mean? And in the Black conscious community, you know what I mean, them push the idea of the Black woman being a goddess. You ever hear them say that? That the Black woman is, you know what I mean, she's a goddess. Well, this is where it come from. You understand? And it come from these, you know what I mean, from Egypt, but it originates in Babylon with Semiramis. You understand? So the concept that the Black woman is God and she should be worshipped, it is coming from this. And that is what the oppressor adopts and is what he's trying to feed us. But we should not, you know what I mean, celebrate our mothers and the day that the oppressor gives to us. All right, let me continue reading. See, according to historian, the first celebration observed in honor of Mother's Day was an ancient Greek spring festival. So the Mother's Day concept is, you know what I mean, it originates from the Greeks, but is the worship of the same God which goes even further than the Greeks. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? Was an ancient Greek spring festival dedicated to the goddess Rhea. She was the wife and sister of the god Cronus and mother to Zeus, Poseidon, Hades. You know what I mean? These are, and you might hear these terms before. You might, if you watch the Avengers or any movie that the oppressor create, you might hear the name of these idols being, you know what I mean, represented in those movies, right? Hades, Poseidon, Zeus, because these are the gods that our oppressor, you know what I mean, worship, are these are the gods that the oppressor in the time of the Greeks and the Roman, which is the kingdom of the oppressor, this was what they worship. So they are basically represented on the big screen by the oppressor because that's the God of their forefathers. You understand? Let me continue reading. Rhea is known as the mother of the gods and goddesses. Cronus was known as the god who devoured his children and is associated with the Roman god Saturn. You know what I mean? And this person put Satan in, you know what I mean, in brackets. You understand? Let me continue reading. In the ancient Roman culture, Mother's Day was celebrated in the form of a festival dedicated to the goddess Cybele. This is another name again. So, depend on the kingdom that you're in or any era, the name of the same God would change. You understand? And today she is called Easter. You understand? And this very day that them call Mother's Day, your mother is like a, what I call it, a mascot. You're using your mother to be the mascot that represent this God, but you're not worshiping your mother and you're not celebrating your mother. You're celebrating this God. Let me say that properly. Yes, you're worshiping your mother on Mother's Day. Seeing that is what you're doing, which you're not supposed to do. But in reality, this is what you're really worshiping by you celebrating Mother's Day. You understand? Let me continue reading. The celebration in her honor was called Ilaria after it was adopted from the Greek and held for 3 days. You understand? March 15 to 18. This ceremony was first observed 250 years prior to the birth of Christ. You understand? So Jesus was well aware of these pagan celebrations during his time, right? So Christ would have come on the earth and aware that, yo, they are celebrating this idol and would have told us not to. You understand? But after the Christ now, them create this holiday called Easter, which supposedly is supposed to be, you know what I mean, the celebrate of the death and the resurrection of Christ. You know what I mean? Which was a lie. It's just them mixing them pagan custom with the stories in the Bible and making it about our King Yahushua or Jesus Christ. You understand? So, and you see it, as I say, you see it all over now. You see it during Mother's Day. So, all right, watch this now. What you're really seeing, you know, with Mother's Day, you know what I mean, the bacchanal, you know what I mean? You're seeing how much them reverence this idol, you know. So if it was really about Christ, you would have seen Christ represented, you know what I mean, more in it, which you don't see. It's more these idols that them really represent because, you know what I mean, this is what them really celebrate. You understand? All right. Now, to the point of celebrating with mothers and Mother's Day. You know what I mean? We should even reconsider that because the entire nation of Israel right now needs some fixing. You understand? And our mothers don't need celebrating right now. Our mothers need to get, you know what I mean, inside of the school, learn them culture, and stop doing the evil that our sisters are doing today.
That's right.
What we are going to do now, we are going to jump to some articles that tell you, you know what I mean, the amount of abortion that is being committed. Or we're not talking about foreign in Jamaica, we are talking about, you know, if you touch foreign in a rude boy, trust me, yo, the numbers, them, you know what I mean, terrible. But a thing are going in Jamaica that is being swept under the rug, you understand, where abortion is concerned. And we should really focus on that before we talk about, you know what I mean, celebrating Mother's Day. You understand? We're going to read this article. This is a Gleaner article. Hold on. Let me find it back. See? 1 second. In the meanwhile, just remember, tap up the screen, share, like, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're currently watching on. Right? Officer Area Allah, feel free for jump in and, you know what I mean, give, you know what I mean, give a take pan if you want. Yeah, man.
God won't cancel.
All right, let me find this article. Right. All right, so this article says, millions for illegal abortion. Taxpayers fork out US 1.4 million annually for thousands of abortion complications. Poorest families suffer most. Capri study finds. All right, so we break this down in different classes before, right? So Capri is an organization that they are vying, you know what I mean, to become the people who legalize abortion in Jamaica. So what they do is they use what is already going on here in Jamaica, you understand, to use it to their advantage to try get abortion to become legal in Jamaica. But by doing that, what they have done is, you know what I mean, let the cat out of the bag. You understand? Because they did a study and come to find out thousands of abortions take place to the point of genocide here in Jamaica every year. You understand? Let me continue reading. This says some 22,000 pregnancies are aborted annually in Jamaica.
What?
Yeah.
22,000.
22,000 abortion annually every year on average. Every single
Wow.
year. That is, and let me show you something, which it about segue into the next article again. They are saying that Jamaica suffer from, what you call it, poor birth rate right now. Meaning the birth rate now increase. But here where they must say no, they must say it's because people are now planning, you know what I mean, families now in Jamaica. But that's not the case. If you mean unaliving the baby, yeah. If that is what you mean by family planning, yeah, that is what's going on. I have an organization here in Jamaica that, you know what I mean, says, which is the family planning organization. I forget it I might have messed up its title right now still. But the organization there, it push a message that two is better than too many. Meaning you can't afford to have more than 2 children. And then push this to our poor sisters. You understand? And guess what? Remember, you know, abortion is not legal in Jamaica, you know. So what are they telling our sisters to do? You might say, well, them encourage people to have protected sex. You know what I mean? And them encourage this and them encourage, what you call it now? What are some of the name? What I think the name again? Plan B. And all them things there. But from you put the mark, from you have this, may I call it a doctrine. From you have this doctrine of pushing a Jamaica say 2 is better than too many. That means 3 is too much. Which means if a woman so happen to get pregnant and her 3rd pregnancy, what you are encourage her to do? You are encourage her to dash with her belly there. You commit an illegal abortion.
Right.
You understand? And this illegal abortion amounts to 22,000 every year in Jamaica. You understand me? 22,000, that is genocide. Right now, 38,000 people dead in a 38,000 people so far. Correct me upon the number, but it's there about in Palestine, right?
Can.
Around 38,000 people. And right now, they must say, yo, Israel, the fake Jews, they are committing genocide in Palestine right now, in Gaza. But how far is 38,000 from 22,000? And remember, you know, this is every year in Jamaica.
Right.
Number get more and more because guess what go on? Our sisters are being miseducated more and more. You understand? So this is going to get worse. So if a genocide that in a Palestine, what is going on here in Jamaica and has been going on for decades in Jamaica. That is why Jamaica's birth rate now move, because as the baby come through, you know what I mean, as the baby get we call it now, reach conception. The first thing a sister think about is whether or not she's supposed to dash this child.
Salaki other one, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's really, it's real heavy what you're touching on there, sir, because according to our records, the Holy Bible, sex has two main functions according to the Bible, and that's for marriage and to replenish the earth. And the oppressors, by encouraging and teaching our women to abort and to commit murder and suicide on our children, which should be replenishing and building up our nation, they're turning our women into whoremongers, sir.
Not whoremongers, whores. Remember, a whoremonger is a man that like a pimp.
Khan, sir. Salakia.
So, you know what I mean? You're turning out, and this is because of the Christian church. You understand?
Right.
So what you know? According to the Bible, like what the brother said a while ago, sex is for two purposes. One is for marriage. The Christian church is not teaching that sex is marriage. So because the Christian church now teach that sex is marriage, our sisters, you know what I mean, they don't think that the first time them have sex, that they are married. They don't think they are married until somebody put a ring on their finger. So guess what? You see, our first boyfriend, the first boy she have sex with, she don't consider him her husband.
Right.
She don't consider herself committed to him or obligated to him.
That's right. So
guess how long that, you know what I mean, that bond lasts for? Guess how long it lasts? Not very long. As soon as she's bored. You understand? Because remember, in her mind, she not married to him anyway. He's not her husband. Beyonce have a song, you know what I mean, where she said, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. But you can bet that Beyonce did don't give him it already.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoever she talk to, she give him it already. But she not believe say it belong to him until a ring up on her finger.
Right.
It is because of the Christian church and a message they should throughout the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. And it cause our sisters to be promiscuous, you know what I mean, women. Because throughout her life, she don't think that the man that she had sex with or have sex with is her husband. So she keep on a search for her husband. And by the time she reach the man for put a ring on it, if a man ever even put a ring on it, because in many cases, you know what I mean, them never do find a man for put a ring on it. So when them find a man for put a ring on it, how much husband them have so far? Yo, me hear some people with some numbers, you know. I mean, I say, I can't Jamaica them at talk about. I must say, by the time she reach her, she gone about 10. 10? You mean 10 times 100? I mean, I exaggerate. You mean 1,000? You understand? By the time she reach that man where she feel like, yes, she has, and again, she only have this mentality when she reach a certain age too.
Right.
Because in our youthful days, she don't think that, well, now is the time for she just stay with one man. And our brothers don't think, say, oh, this woman is his wife neither. But when them reach a certain age now and them see the clock start wind down now, them say, well, now it's time for settle down. And it's too late. You understand? You live your life as, you know what I mean? You live your life chasing whores, and our sisters live them life, you know what I mean? Being whores. And our sisters would not be whores if we never love whore. You understand?
Right. Right.
But as I said before still, this is because of the Christian church. This is because the Christian church miseducate our sisters, who are the ones who fill up the Christian church to begin with. Our sisters are the ones that fill up the Christian church. And by
That's
filling
right.
up the Christian church, them get miseducated. TD Jakes is, you know, him are the one we say, woman thou art loose. Him though, TD Jakes. Yeah, man, I think so, man. TD Jakes say, woman thou art loose. Him have a book. I think it's a book where him write too. Meaning, our woman them though have to be committed to us. You know what I mean? If they are not happy with how them feel in a relationship. So he might give them permission to be loose. But come to find out, TD Jake is a power bottom. You understand? TD Jake is, you know what I mean, a LGBT pastor, which our sisters have been listening to. Our sisters have been, you know what I mean, been fed the ideology of a LGBT man virgin. We don't even love woman. Him don't even like woman. But him about tell our sisters that she loose, she can do what she want. That is the message in the Christian church. You know what I mean? But we in the I.S.U.P.K and come on in general, YAHANNA, we teach a different message.
That's right.
Our message comes from the Bible. And the Bible says sex is marriage. You understand?
That's right.
So we don't need no Mother's Day. The Mother's Day is not something where we should aspire to celebrate, because there's nothing to celebrate. Because our sisters are out here being, you know what I mean, running wild. You understand? What are you celebrating? That they commit 22,000 abortion every year? Is that what you're celebrating? Because when you go and give your mother, you know what I mean, the abortion, or any mother, your baby mother, your auntie, whoever, they might go give account for the 22,000 abortion every year? No. You tell them, say, they might do a good job, when in fact our sisters are not doing a good job. And not just our sisters, you know, our brothers too, you know, now do a good job, you know, because all the way, you know what I mean, break the most style, you know. That is the reason why you hear me talk right now. Because our job is to get you to come back to the Most High's covenant. You understand? That is the importance of them class, yeah. But what is there for us to celebrate? What we are celebrate? Let me jump back to this article still. You know what I mean? I'll jump over to this one. This is an Observer article. And they are referring to this as blood money, right? This said, anti-abortionists. Let me see if it's up on the screen. 1 second. This said, anti-abortionist says industry affecting Jamaica's birth rate. Right? Let me continue reading. A group of pro-life activists in a scathing accusation against the Jamaican government claim that the administration enacted in combating the blood money abortion industry is directly contributing to the alarming decline in the island's birth rate. You know, and that's the point I'm going to make earlier. The reason why Jamaica birth rate is going down is not because we have become model citizens and start planning, you know what I mean, families now. Based on the culture where you see out there being promoted, you know what I mean, you should have known that this wasn't the case because more promiscuity are promote. See? Less, what I call it, less family-oriented behavior, more lewdness, musically, culturally, every kind of alley. So if Jamaica have less children, it can never be because we are becoming better citizens, because we are becoming worse citizens. And it is obvious, you see it all over social media, people complaining that, yo, the generation today gone to the dirt. They are more, what I call it, sexualized. So you think that them being more sexualized and more promiscuous, you know, them behavior more irresponsible are going to result in better family planning? No. It will result in more abortions. And that is the reason why Jamaica birth rate gone down. And the government are celebrating. Right. They must celebrate it. They must say, well, Jamaica is doing better, but no, we're not doing better. It's more of us. All right. In their mind, it's better because of more of us dying. And this, you know what I mean, our leaders don't give a damn about, you know what I mean, the life of your children. So you analyzing your children, you know what I mean, is a win-win for them. So, you know what I mean, them applaud it, but them know where it come from. It come from more abortions. More abortion being committed, and that is not to be celebrated. You understand? And who are committing these abortions? Our sisters. The same mother that you celebrate today for Mother's Day. You understand?
So like you said,
go ahead, brother.
So like you said, it's real heavy what you're touching on there. It's real heavy, and it touched a nerve. And if you believe in our records, and if you're in the UPK, this is going to touch a nerve to every one of our brothers, every one of our sisters that is listening. But our sisters that are not in the truth, they shouldn't be dismayed. They shouldn't be dismayed at what they're hearing. They shouldn't be dismayed at the law, statutes, and commandments, especially the ones that have had abortions, because there's still hope for our sisters. If they just get themselves into the I.S.U.P.K under the command of General YAHANNA and start learning these laws, even in John 8:1 through to verse 9, the Pharisees, as you know, sir, they want to use the law of Moses as an excuse to stone the adulterating woman who is a whore, like the women we're relating to now that have committed abortion, have committed murder, which is against the law in our records, and our women, our sisters shouldn't be dismayed, because there's still a chance, because at the end of by John 8 verse 9, if you allow me to read it, sir, Christ has said, he said around verse 6, 7, or 8, who is without sin, and he's talking to the Pharisees, who is without sin may cast the first stone. And all the Pharisees get up and leave because they're ashamed, because they know they're not without sin. So the woman is left, and no man has troubled her or touched her. And Christ says to her, in verse 9, Salakia. He says, I'll read it from verse 8, sir. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Verse 9, and they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. I'll jump to verse 11, and Christ says to the woman, the adulterer, who the Pharisees had ran off and left, and who originally they wanted to stone to death. He said to her, she said, no man, Lord, no man had touched her or troubled her. And Jesus said unto her, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. So our sisters that have had abortions in Jamaica, they shouldn't be dismayed. Because if Christ could forgive this woman, then you're coming to the UPK, you will be forgiven. You just don't abort no more babies. Period. Salakia, sir.
Right. You understand? Which like me said, this is the purpose of we speaking to you today. You understand? Because our job is to let our people know what they are doing wrong so they can start do the right thing. You understand?
That's right. That's right.
And as we said, this is nothing to be celebrated. There's nothing to celebrate. What are we celebrating on Mother's Day? 22,000 abortions?
Right.
You understand? That is nothing to be celebrated. But if you have committed abortion, like the brother said, you know what I mean? This is not the end. You understand? This is not the end. You can be forgiven of that murder. That is what it is, you know. That is murder.
Right.
You understand? And according
That's
to the
right.
Bible, the punishment for murder is death.
That's right.
But you can be forgiven. You know what I mean? As me say, get inside these classes. But there's nothing to be celebrated. What are we celebrating? What are we celebrating? You're doing two wrongs. When you celebrate Mother's Day, you're coming in our sisters for running wild.
Right.
And then on top of it, you're celebrating a holiday that the oppressor gave to us, which is idolatry. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And it does, and it's hypocrisy because, as me said before, your mother don't hear from you the whole year, but for Mother's Day, you know what I mean, you make it a point of duty if you give her a call, wish her happy Mother's Day, you know what I mean, cook her some food. Then what about the rest of the time when she has suffer?
Right.
You understand? Yeah, man. Excellent precept, brother.
Cancer.
All right, let me continue reading. So it said, in an interview with the Jamaican Observer Press Club on Friday, President of Love March Movement, Dr. Daniel Thomas, cited a report published by National Family Planning Board, NFPB, last year, indicating that Jamaica's fertility rate dropped to a concerning 1.9 birth per female in 2021. All right, so that was 2021. See? Let me continue reading. According to the NFPB, the 1.9 birth rate means that Jamaica is slightly below the replacement fertility rate of 2.1, meaning that the 2.1 would mean that we would have a positive birth rate. But the 1.9 is below that, meaning we are having a negative birth rate. You understand? So our population is not growing amongst black people here, but amongst the Benjamites here in Jamaica, our population is not growing, it's decreasing. Because when you add up the death rate, you know, the mortality rate, all of them rate there, and with the birth rate, every year we fall in the negative, meaning less and less of us each year. You understand? So, as me I say, that is genocide, Virgin.
Right.
And that is pushed on our sisters through the oppressor and these organizations who, you know what I mean, tell our sisters that, you know what I mean, two is better than too many. You understand? All right, so all right, we're done with the article for now. We're going to jump to some scriptures. See? We're going to jump to the book of Jeremiah chapter 7 and 18. And it said, read that for me there, brother.
Khan. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 18. The children gathered wood and the fathers kindled the fire, and the women kneaded the dough, to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto the other gods, that they may provoke me to anger.
You understand? So this is the same Queen of Heaven where we read about in the article before. When it
Right.
said, Mother's Day, go back to Queen of Heaven. Now, here in Jeremiah, we did have the same problem. You understand? The Most High was chastising us for our, you know what I mean, partaking in the worship of the Queen of Heaven. This is what you do on Mother's Day. This is what you do on Easter. You understand? And the Most High let you know that this is, you know what I mean, a sin. During Easter, what happened? We have a thing here in Jamaica called Easter bun. I don't know if that is common with any other country, but you know what I mean? Here in Jamaica, we bake cakes to Easter, which is called Easter bun here in Jamaica. And we eat it with cheese and all them things there. Well, them things they have go back from them time, yeah. When we used to bake cakes to the Queen of Heaven and the Most High was not in agreement with it. You understand? The Most High was against it.
Right.
See? All right, jump to the book of Lamentation, chapter 4 and verse 3. Baba Koshar.
God on cancer.
And remember, tap up the screen, like, share, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're on. Today is our scripture breakdown class. My name is Priest and Officer Kayadwan. You know what I mean? I'm here with Officer Araya Allah from the UK. I'm filling in for Officer for 1000 Abadawan. You understand? This class is kept every Sunday at 3 p.m. See? We have classes on Wednesday at 7 p.m. as well. We also have a radio show. You know what I mean? Every Friday, 9 p.m. So remember to tune in to that as well. You understand? For those who are not yet, you know what I mean, familiar with us. If you don't have question too, you know what I mean, feel free to type in your question. I will be happy to answer your questions, all right? All right, you have the scripture, brother?
God on God. The
Read.
book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast, Salakia. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
Right. So the scripture make you know that even the sea monster draw out the breast. What that talk about? The sea monster, what would be a sea monster? A whale, right? A manatee, a seal, a sea cow. Even them draw out the breast. Even a shark. You know what I mean? A shark is a predator. You know what I mean? A shark is known for unaliving. See? Even
That's
them
right.
draw out the breast to feed them, you know what I mean? Them young ones. You understand? So what that I try to tell you, say, even the creatures of the seas know for sure compassion to them young. But it said, read from the second sentence, Baba Koshar.
God on God. The daughter of my people is become cruel.
The daughter of
Like
my people have become what?
cruel.
Have become what?
Cruel.
Right. So the most I make we know say the daughters of his people have become cruel. Meaning without compassion, 22,000 abortions.
Right.
That is cruel. That is a problem. That is no different from, you know what I mean, when we were in Egypt and Pharaoh wanted all the men child to be unalive. You understand? But in those times, what was happening? Our sisters would not partake in that. The midwife refused to unalive the children.
Right.
You understand? But that is not what is taking place today. our sisters, you know what I mean, they are in agreement. They see it as beneficial to unalive their child because to them a child is a responsibility that they don't want to take on. You understand? To them, having a child is what they call a disadvantage in life. And that is not the case. The only reason why our people struggle to, you know what I mean, provide for a family is not because taking care of a child is, you know what I mean, overly expensive. It's because the oppressor don't share the cake evenly. It's because our people don't get, you know what I mean, our people are, what you call it now, are basically starved in this place. You understand? You work a 9 to 5, and where you work is not able to take care of your bills, put food on your table, and send your children to school. That is not your fault. That is because the oppressor, you know what I mean, set it in such a way that you can't, you know what I mean, you can't get ahead in life. You have to be struggling every day to survive. So because of that now, you think it is better to unalive the child.
Right.
When it's not the child, because you suffer before you have the child, you know, so you can't say a child are gonna make you suffer. You suffer a long time. Right? So clearly sufferation is there without the child.
That's right.
So if you are gonna say unaliving the child are gonna solve your problem, it won't. It will just make you a murderer on top of your sufferation. It will no make you a criminal in the sight of God.
Right.
And no more deserving of sufferation. When if you bring that child to fruition, who knows? You might is maybe a prophet of the Lord you bring come. Because remember, your lineage is the lineage of the Most High chosen people, you know. So it's not a simple thing for just unalive, you know what I mean? A child that comes out of your lineage. You are unaliving the Most High's people. And 22,000 abortion is you know what I mean, genociding the Most High's people. And that is not, you know what I mean, is not something that will get you further in life. It's not that we have less resources to go around, so that unaliving, you know what I mean, more children means that more will come. If you notice, we have more abortions and cost of living get harder. Cost of living get higher. Wages, you know what I mean, a joke thing right now. Wages are joke thing right now. And on top of that, you still have the 22,000 abortion, which you might think, say, well, things will get better. It's actually worse. So this now solve nobody's problem. Jamaica have less people and the people are still suffering. So what that means, it cannot be the people. You understand? It cannot be the amount of people. It must be the ones who are, you know what I mean, in control of the resource, not giving the resource to the people that need it. So you unaliving any child would not make your life easier. It will just make you a criminal in the sight of God.
Right.
You understand? Read this again from Lamentation 4 and 3. Read it one more time.
Khan. The Book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones.
Right.
The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness.
So even the sea monster know that, yo, this is a sea monster, you know. The sea monster is, you know what I mean? If the sea monster catch you in the sea, you might get unalive. It's a monster. A shark, if him catch your leg, that leg is gone. Right? But even that sea monster know for sure compassion to his young ones.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Our sisters should show compassion to their young ones. And not seek to be, you know what I mean? And in many cases, you know, when you celebrate Mother's Day, and we're not, all right, don't get it wrong, you know, we are not bashing our sisters, you know. See, as Araya Allah said before, you know what I mean? Don't think that it's over if you commit an abortion.
Right.
It's not over for you, but at the same time, it cannot be acceptable.
Right.
You can't go around thinking that committing abortion is just, you know what I mean, you planning your life. No, you're a serial killer. That is
That's
what you
right.
are. You know what I mean? See? But the point of the matter is the holiday of Mother's Day. You will have sisters who have committed multiple abortions, or in Jamaica, as we say, dash the belly, and still being celebrated as a good mother. Can't be celebrated as a good mother. You understand? A good mother is a sister in the I.S.U.P.K who knows that, you know what I mean? A child that comes out of her, you know what I mean, womb, is the heritage of the Most High. Let me find that scripture quick and fast. See?
Right.
Because the Bible tell you, you know, children are the inheritance of God. I'm paraphrasing. We'll find that quick and fast. In the meanwhile, remember, tap up the screen, like, share, subscribe. See, the problem is, you know, your Christian church now tell you, you know what I mean? Your Christian church not telling you that the multiple abortions that you have will have long-term consequences on you, but it's also, you know what I mean, you sinning against the Most High. Your Christian church now tell you that, you know. Your Christian church I tell you, say, it no matter. God still love you. You know what I mean? You just have to believe, and them now tell you to change. You understand? Your Christian pastor give you a pat by your shoulder, you know what I mean? Just tell you, say, just pay your tithes and everything will be okay. TDG say, yo, woman do are loose, or woman do are loose to commit abortion too. Woman do are loose to just, you know what I mean? Do as you feel like. Go around living a promiscuous life. And then when you get pregnant, it is just okay to, you know what I mean, stop that child from getting a chance. That cannot be the case, but that is tolerated in the Christian church.
That's right.
You understand? The book of Psalms 127 and 3. Read that for me, the Baba Kosha.
Psalms on what other one?
Psalms 127 and verse 3. Baba Kosha.
Khan. The book of Psalms, chapter 127, verse 3.
Read.
Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord.
Right. Children,
And the
hold on. Children are an heritage of the Lord. Our children is the heritage of God. Meaning that child that come from between your legs, it is not your right to unalive that child. You understand? You don't have the right to choose. You understand? You are expected to mother that child, be a mother to that child and nourish that child. You understand? So that the Most High
right.
can get his heritage or his, you know what I mean, his reward. Continue reading. Read the next sentence, Baba Kosha.
Khan. And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
Right. This is the Most High reward. Because there's nothing you can do for the Most High. What can you do for the Most High? You keep, all right. Well, we know nobody in the Christian church keeps the Most High law. But say, for example, you keep the Most High law. You do that for your benefit. You understand? You're not doing that for the Most High. You're doing that so that you can, you know what I mean, survive and live and be blessed by the Most High. That benefits you by keeping the Most High law. But where the Most High get out of all of this, him get that child, him get to see him people flourish and multiply. Him get to look upon a nation, a righteous nation, numerous in numbers. That is what the Most High want. You understand? So that child is not yours to unalive. You have to bring that child to fruition. And if you don't think you can, you know what I mean, take care of a child, bring the child to fruition and give up the child for adoption. Or bring the child to the I.S.U.P.K and we will take care of that child.
That's right.
You understand? But you don't have the right to unalive that child. And another thing, as I said, the Christian church now tell you the problems that come with you. They just give you a tap on the shoulder, a pat on the back, and make you feel like Jesus loves you regardless. God knows your heart. And you have 4 or 5 abortions. They don't tell you the dangers of you committing an abortion. That when you commit an abortion, you are susceptible to breast cancer. Because who is drinking that milk? You never abort the milk, you abort the child. Then who is drinking that milk? That milk will become, you know what I mean, a tumor in your breast. Because you unalive a child, and that is the judgment of the Most High. You understand? And that is why we implore you, each and every week when we teach classes, get inside these schools. Get inside these classes. You understand? Come sit down and learn. Learn what you need to do. You know what I mean? What the Most High require of you. Learn to keep the Most High laws.
Right.
If you think that, well, you know what I mean, you can't find a husband, so you have to, if you get pregnant, then you have to go unalive the child because the child now going to have a good father, or the father now go there around. Then get inside the I.S.U.P.K. Come find a husband in the I.S.U.P.K. A father that will be there for the child.
That's right.
You understand? If you think that, well, first and foremost, however, if you're having sex, you have a husband. You understand? So whichever brother you're having sex with out there in the world is your husband, regardless. But if you don't have a husband, then the best thing to do is choose one that, you know what I mean, you know how to be there for the child. Because you never can tell where, you know what I mean, where blacks are one of the man them on the corner go do. If him going to say a female youth or not, I'm going to decide, say, yo, I just not take care of the youth there, you know. Or I not claim the pregnancy there, you know, and you are going to feel pressured and say, true, that's why I'm going to unalive the child. No, it can't go so. Choose wisely. You understand? And in many cases, mothers, sometimes it's your mother tell you to unalive a child too, because who she see you get pregnant for, you know, she don't think that, or your father, sometimes your father too, father, mother's parents, see, they think that who you get pregnant for is not suitable for you. And sometimes the pressure comes from the parents to unalive the child. But like what I say, you don't have that right. You understand? All right, let me check the time. All right, we have good time, you know, but we're basically up on the end of this class, you know. All right, jump to the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. Baba Koshar.
Can't, sir. 28 and what, sir? 28:56. So like you said, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like your other one. Yeah, just before we jump into the curses, if any of the sisters in the listening audience are interested in giving up the pagan feast days, which have nothing to do with us and are not in our records, the Holy Bible, the King James Version, like Mother's Day, you can find the all the real feast days of the Most High God and all our holy convocations in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23. Salakia, sir. Starting from...
Or even better yet, just get inside the school. Come inside the
God,
I.S.U.P.K, celebrate these holy days with us. Because you
that's
can't,
right.
be, you know what I mean, somewhere by yourself, you know what I mean, keeping the Passover by yourself. Get inside these classes, you know what I mean, celebrate with us. You
That's
understand?
right.
So, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's it, sir, in a nutshell. Just there's 8 high holy feast days, and they're all recorded in the 23rd chapter of the book of Leviticus, which is the 3rd book in the Bible. From the beginning, from the book of Genesis. Salakia, other one.
All right. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. The Baba Kosha.
God, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground of delicateness and tenderness, her
Right.
eye shall be.
Stop right there. So once upon a time, our sisters were, you know, very delicate. You understand? And this curse in Deuteronomy say, yo, our sisters would become not so delicate, you know? Once upon a time, our sisters wouldn't even adventure to put the sole of their feet on the ground for tenderness. But what has happened today? Our sisters have become hard.
Right.
You know, this is because of the Christian church and the oppressor. They have made our sisters hard. You understand? They have made our sisters just to survive. Our sisters have to be doing the work that a man should do. You know what I mean? Working on sites, working on, you know what I mean, in places that clearly this job is made for a man. And our sisters have to be tiling like she's a man to survive. This place has made our sisters hard. This place has put burdens upon the shoulder on our sisters that she shouldn't, you know what I mean, have been, what you call it now. That was not her burden to bear.
That's right.
But because the oppressor have squeezed so much, now our sisters you have to get hard to survive in this place. And in becoming hard, this is what happened. Continue reading, Baba Kosha.
God, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
Stop right
And
there. See, her eyes have become evil towards her husband. You understand? Isn't that the case with us right now? With our sisters? Our sisters are saying, yo, if a man can't mind her, she don't want him. You understand? Our sisters have, the oppressor basically turn our sisters against us and turn the brothers against the sisters. That's all you're seeing on social media. Man against woman, woman against man. When no society can, no, not even society, no nation can survive with their men and women at war. How the hell that happen? Man and woman can't war. The black man and the black woman, the Hispanic man and the Hispanic woman, the native Indian man, native Indian woman cannot be at war.
right.
Or we will go extinct as a people. And let me tell you something. This 22,000 abortion you see is as a result of, you know what I mean, them turning against, or we turning against each other. Because now our sisters don't have the confidence enough to know that she and a man can work it out to the best interest of this child. So she have to analyze it. Or in some cases, sisters go sleep promiscuously around and don't know who is the father. Because nobody love her. No man love her. No man claim her. And now she analyze the child because she thinks, well, she alone can't deal with it. Because she has a single mothers in the, you know what I mean, in the rear view mirror come. So she has said, boy, me can't be a single mother. This place has made our sisters hard. And not just our sisters too. Our brothers have become, you know what I mean, have become just as bad towards our sisters. But continue reading, brother. Zin?
God, and towards her son, and toward her daughter.
Towards our children. Abortion. physical abuse, verbal abuse. You see it every day in your community. You understand? And this is because of the pressure where this oppressor put upon not only the sisters, but upon all of us. All of us are bear the burden that this oppressor put upon our shoulders. You understand? And as a result, we have become hard against each other. And we can't survive like this as a people. Trust me. You can't have a nation where we willingly unalive, the fruit of the womb and expect that we are going somewhere. We are going nowhere. That is a nation that don't value its own children. You understand? That's why I will tell you, it's time to get re-educated. Understand? Captain Tizari do a lecture that said the miseducation of the black woman. Our sisters have been miseducated. Not only our sisters, but our brothers too, but you know what I mean? We need to understand, say, there is a certain order that our nation flow into. That order means that in order for us to have a strong family, everybody have to play them role. And we can't be taking advice from our enemies. You understand? Our sisters have to play them role. Our brothers have to play them role. What's the role of the man? The man is the head. What's the role of the woman? The woman, she serves the man. The man take care of, teach, protect. The sister should nurture. You understand? And she serve that man. She's a helpmeet to that man. You understand? Other nations don't have that problem, but for some reason, we have that problem. And that is because we follow this oppressor. You know what I mean? But we need to come back, you know what I mean, fix this issue, and the place to fix that is here in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General, Your Honor. Get inside these classes and we'll show you how to be, you know what I mean, a good mother. A mother that doesn't need Mother's Day to feel like she's a good mother.
That's right.
You understand? A mother that gets real love and not the fake love that you get on Mother's Day. Get inside these classes, you know what I mean? And with that, let me see if I leave out nothing. If you have anything to add, Officer Raya, feel free, because we're basically up on the end of the class. You know what I mean? We just have to jump to the security announcements after this.
No, sir. The water, excellent class, sir. The water.
Most all right. So remember, if you have questions, please leave it in the chat. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're watching on. And with that, we turn the class over to Priest and Officer Araya Allah.
Clap it up for Officer Kadawan. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves up the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi to 3 and 8, 3 through to 8 and 10, means a tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'aya Shara. Pay your tithes, Israel, pay your tithes.
All right, to pay your tithes, you go over to ISUPK.com. You understand? ISUPK144.com or ISUPK.com. All right? Continue.
God on Khan. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or Teacher Priest Fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Feast of First Fruits, or the Feast of Pentecostal, and the 50th day. The holy convocation will be on the 17th of June. Remind Akyam and Akwafiam to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're gonna speak the Lord's Prayer first in the English and then in the Hebrew. First in the Hebrew, and then in the English. Men of Israelite, Madium. Sa, which means turn. We're going to turn and face the east. Abanoah. Shabbat Shamayim. Kwadash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Saba'ah. Ratazaka. Haya. I.S.U.P.K. Baharataza. Kawa. Haya. Bashamayim. Nathan Lanoah. Lacham. Kal Yawam. Wasalak Lanoah. Kawabwat Noah. Kasalak Noah. Kawabwat Yanoah. Wala'ah. Sabaya Noah. Banasaya 1. Abal. Awashai Noah. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwath. Waha'allah. Wathapa Arath. La'ai Walamyam. Aman.
In English. Our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thine will be done as it is in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it. Amen.
Forever so be it. Amen.
All right. This is the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth and all things living.
King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now, right now.
Listen to us now, right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction.
To the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets.
To the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers and the school,
the Israelite brothers and the school,
send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen,
send evils and curses and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel
and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school.
force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary,
Force them to enter into thy sanctuary.
send evils and curses and punishment and destruction
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction
to the Edomites
to the Edomites
and the nations
and the nations
and their drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
the court system,
the court system,
the prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology, militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitazi,
Posse Comitazi,
the gay movement,
the gay movement,
the lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airways,
and the airways,
the cable access channels and the radio channels,
the cable access channels and the radio channels,
convict the spirit of any of thy people
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
that stand in the way or try to stop us
that stand in the way or try to stop us
from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
throughout the earth, through the earth, Salakia,
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahawashi, Michael and Gabriel
Let Yahawashi, Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathens
and punish all the heathens
that come up against us as we speak thy word.
that come up against us as we speak thy words.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that has done it.
that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media,
Cause it to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahawashi.
In the name of Yahawashi,
Thank you always, so be it.
thank you always, so be it. Salakia, other one. Is there any sisters in class?
Read the account. No, there's no sisters in class right now, but you still could salute the sisters that might be watching. About
God on Khan.
the prayer for the blessing, all right? The account.
God on Khan, sir.
Yeah, man.
Barakatah Yahweh.
No, the prayer for the power, Salakia. Salakia about that, brother.
Oh, Hakak. You want the Hakak?
Yeah, Salakia.
God on Khan. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Baba Kasha.
Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, Baba Kosha.
Nathan Lanoah.
Nathan Lanoah.
Hakak.
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 Lara Pa'a.
Larpa'a.
Kalma Salakia. Kalma Ka'ala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Marawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lata'a.
Lata'ar.
Hamatazarayam.
Amatazarayam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakayam.
La'akwayam.
Hamatayam.
Amathiam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Ilrakawath.
Al-Rakawat.
Hatama'ala.
Atama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahashim Yahushai.
Basham Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
Toward Aman. In English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness
The power to heal all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai.
To cast them out in the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you. So be it.
All right. Prayer for the blessings.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka'ala.
Wa Mayakahala.
Wa Alahayam.
Wa Alahayam.
Matazaba Ya'ah.
Matazaba Yaha.
Alawap Yahanna.
Alawap Yahanna.
Ha Alawapyam.
Alawapiam.
Hasaranium.
Asaranium.
Hakatazayanyam.
Akatazayanyam.
Hakaaya Yalyam.
Akayayalium.
Wa Akwathyam.
Wa Akwathiam.
Yahweh Bashim.
Yahweh Basham.
Yahushai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
Toward Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai.
Bless you, Yahweh and Yahushai
And Michael,
and Michael
and the angels.
and the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
Captains.
The captains.
Officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right, sir.
Sir, turn and face the teacher. We're going to give Officer Kaya one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.M.U.P.K. I.M.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.M.U.P.K. Barak. Yehovah Hashem Yahushai Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatum.
Sir, which means turn. We're going to face the sisters and give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.M.U.P.K. I.M.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.M.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Shema Eladah Bahashim Yahushai. Yad Yamata. Class dismissed.
All
The
right,
water
brother.
for the class, sir.
Yeah, man. 2 hours for coming through. You know what I mean?
Lord allow, I'll see you next week, sir. Yo, Bashim Yo Chai Brakata.
Yeah, man. All right. So to those watching, remember, like, share, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're on. If you have a question, please leave it in the chat. You know what I mean? We'll be happy to answer your questions. All right. And with that, shalom.
Killer California. Used to thug in the street with no sense of order. Used to love to press the line, even test the water, and almost lost my life from slinging and hanging on that corner. I learned to cut the grass so I could see the snakes. I had to decipher between the real and fake. And nowadays, all these niggas do is hate, treat you like a bitch, sit back and try to manipulate. Yeah, that's why I got it on my own too. You see me rocking with the Hebrews. UPK is how we do, stand for the Lord. The mother niggas is see-through.
Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at?
Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, I understand.